All right, how's it going? We are back for some draft talk. Um, Max and I we're going to cover the second overall pick, number 20 for the Hawks, and take a look at the second round also, see who falls, who's possibly there on the board, available to the Hawks at that time. But looking to get into this, we have a mock draft pulled up. We got some numbers for some of the prospects if we need to reference that. So, yeah, we will run into that. But let me play the intro really quick. Yeah, so we are back. I'm back, Max back, and yeah, man, how's it going? Gonna hop into it.
Pretty good, man. I'm a little tired, but I'm excited for the draft.
Yeah, days are counting down here.
Yeah,
Time's flying. Yeah,
favorite time of the year for a tanking team.
right. Hawks, second overall pick. Very, very exciting. I think we were completely fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, we were most likely to drop. You're far more likely
Right.
to drop in the lottery than stay pat or move up. So
Yeah.
you can't complain with two.
hmm It's completely fine, right? With the options that we have, and
I
we'll
consider
go
it a
over it.
win. I
Yeah.
absolutely consider it a win. We get to
hmm
pick. We don't let another team decide who we pick. We get to
Right.
decide our pick of the litter, literally.
hmm Yeah. Like looking back at the NFL draft, like the draft starts at 2,
Yeah.
which is very similar to this year for the NHL. Draft starts at 2, right? With the consensus number 1 overall pick, Celebrini, and we have our options. Yeah, so let's pull up the mock draft. Let's take a look at this. Let me kill the music actually, because that's there we go. Yeah, so let's take a look at this mock draft. Let me pull it up here, and here we go. If everyone can see that, um, yeah. So if you want to go over the site a little, Max, because
Right. This is FC's hockey entry draft simulator. It's a pretty great tool. And so when you first load up the page, the rankings are going to be FC Hockey's rankings, which, I mean, they're fine, but I think we're best off going with the consensus ranking. So we switched that over. And for today, for our purposes, we're only going to be dealing with the Blackhawks.
mm-hmm.
So let's select.
Yeah, let's run consensus and Hawks. Let's check it out here. All right.
And I mean, maybe one day we get into a 7-round
Right.
mock.
Yeah.
Today we're just sticking with the first few picks of ours.
Yeah. So let's stick with the first 2 rounds for now. Let's check it out. All right.
So San Jose will be going with Macklin Celebrini. That is not in doubt, and that's really all there is to that.
Yeah, that's totally happening. If it doesn't happen, then there's something wrong, right?
Right. I mean, if they had another plan, the move would be to trade back, right? It wouldn't
Right.
be to select someone else. It would be to trade back.
Right. That would be the other option, I believe. Yeah.
Now, Chicago is on the clock. Do you have a preference? I'm going to tell you right now. It's close.
Yeah. And I believe that it is very close, right? And you look at need and fit, right? Whoever they go with, I'm completely fine, right? But I have been leaning the more forward path. Just looking at the, the potential prospects that we have, right? Just looking down the line, but I would like Demidov at 2, but if they go Levshinov, I completely understand it, and I love him also, right? Great player. If you want to get into it, yeah.
Yeah, man. For Chicago at 2, I have narrowed it down to 3 players.
Okay.
There's obviously Ivan Demidov, Artyom Levshinov, and also the wild card, Caden Lindstrom.
Right.
I'm still very high on him. And I think where he goes will partially be decided by how injuries look when he turns up at the combine, how his physicals go. Because he had first he had a hand injury, but that's not really the concern. The concern is a lower back injury, I think, while training, while recovering from that hand surgery. And I mean, lower back injuries are scary, man.
Yeah. Especially
that
at
could scare teams away.
Yeah. Did not hear a lot about that back issue, but yeah, that's serious stuff. And
So,
at that size, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I had him pegged for a top 3 pick earlier in the year, but now, I mean, he could definitely drop. We'll know more after the combine. Full disclosure, I have Caden Lindstrom 2nd overall on my board, but I get to do that because I don't have to make the pick.
Right.
If I had to make the pick, that may not be the direction I go. I don't. There's no consequences for me having Caden Lindstrom 2nd overall.
Yeah, and I totally get that ranking. Right, he's an awesome player, great shooter.
Yeah,
great passer.
His ceiling is ridiculous.
Yeah. One thing I have noticed with him, Caden, right? Just looking back at his like shift by shift tape. I know there's a lot of talk about Demidov's skating, right? His technique, right? His style,
right?
But Caden, it seems like he's trying harder than he needs to with his strides.
Maybe
like he's kind of like, how do I say it? Like he's starting with a like a running start.
That's interesting.
I don't know, just something that I picked up on.
See, I'm not worried. Yeah. I'm not worried at all about his skating long term.
Yeah.
At least I see it as very projectable.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It's lengthy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's threatening.
Oh yeah.
Now back to the Hawks specifically. I don't think they can justify Caden Lindstrom at 2nd overall. Here's what I'll say. I don't partake in sports betting very often, but on draft day, I will be betting on Artem Levchunov going 2nd overall to Chicago.
And I'm also with you there, right?
That's who I'm expecting, and I think I think that's worth a bet.
Yeah.
It just makes too much sense for where they are right now, and these next couple drafts, how they project and who will be there where Chicago is. I mean, they're hoping not to be picking top 5 next year.
Right.
This, in my opinion, is going to be Chicago's last chance to draft a blue chip defenseman.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
They're going to have a very tough time passing this up. And you know what? Luke Richardson and Kevin Dean and the entire development staff, they're going to look at Levchunov and they're going to be like, Jesus, we can really work with this.
Right.
We think we can turn this into something special. We see those tools. We see everything he brings, the whole package. We know that he's maybe a step behind the curve mentally in some ways. And by the way, he was playing Belarusian juniors just 2 seasons ago. Of course he's behind the curve. It'd be crazy if he wasn't.
And he's still 18 right now.
Yeah, he stepped in the NCAA and became Michigan's #1 defenseman.
Yeah. And is it debatable that he was the D1 in college hockey, or could you debate someone else being...
The 1D? Ooh. Yeah, there's a few guys who definitely give him a run for his money, but like that's not even, God, he's 18, man.
Right. 18, yeah.
And he's playing the Belarusian Junior League.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had last year they had 2 drafted prospects in their entire league.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a league that produces a lot of NHLers.
Right. And at that age too.
Yeah, he was not in an elite development system like all these North American kids were. And he came in and he had to really put it together really quickly, and he has.
Yeah. So I have his numbers pulled up here.
Yep.
Yeah, so still 18 years old, 6'2", 209, but we'll see his measurements at the
Yeah, I think he's going to come in
right?
I think he's going to come in just over 6'2".
I think so too, right? He's a pretty stocky guy.
Yeah.
Stout shoulders, broad shoulders.
He's probably who I'm most interested in seeing their results for the combine testing. He is probably it's between this guy and Cole Baudouin as for the most athletic draftable players right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see their numbers and compare them.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a freak of nature.
He is. And even on the stat sheet as well, right? 9 goals, 26 assists, 35 total points in 38 games. So near point per game.
Cannot complain with that at all.
As an 18-year-old in college hockey, it's crazy. And I know I said when we started, I think I would prefer a forward, just looking at it from here, right?
Right.
But if I was to bet on it, and it's weird also because it seems like there is a majority of Hawks fans that want Demidov, right?
It's not even close. At least the spaces I've been in with Hawks Twitter and the Hawks subreddit, it's really not close.
Right. It definitely seems like fans want that spark, right? But
yeah,
I would also put the bet that they're probably going to go Levshinov.
They're going to have a real tough time passing on this opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. A quick question for you though.
Yeah, man.
What if they do go Demidov?
I'll be thrilled
on that too. Yeah,
I'll be thrilled. I'll just again, this is the last chance we may have to draft this quality of D. And the thing is, Alex Vlasic, something. Alex Vlasic, he kind of has played his way out of all the other partners that we have in the system right now. Really, Sam Renzel and fucking Nolan Allen are the only 2 guys that have kind of shown they can be right side.
Yeah.
No one else has really shown that they can comfortably switch over to their right side. Everyone but Sam Renzel is left-handed. So I don't know, man. With Vlasic's elevated play this season, he's kind of proved that I'm kind of ignoring Seth Jones, obviously.
Yeah.
Once this team is competitive, I kind of expect him to, by then, kind of be pushed down lower in the lineup. But we'll see. I just think you have to plan ahead with this pick. This is the opportunity to draft for Alex Vlasic, and this is the next few drafts are not necessarily drafts for defensemen.
Right. That's what I've heard also. Yeah.
This is the draft for defensemen, and we have the opportunity to get potentially the best defenseman in this draft,
right?
Or at least the best prospect defenseman in this draft.
Top of the list, right? So very interesting stuff, man. It's going to be crazy, right? June 28th is draft day, right? Round 1 in Vegas. But let me pull up Demidov really quick, just taking a look at his numbers. Let's see here. St. Petersburg. That was the MHL team, right? Yeah.
Yep. I don't know how much you know about his contract situation. Actually, funny we're recording this today because
Yeah.
the contract situation is sort of resolved. He's
Really?
it's been it just got terminated this morning. He's coming, or what am I talking about? I was thinking of Matvei Michkov. No, Demidov.
Mitchkov.
My bad.
Yeah. So Demidov has 1 year or
Yes,
what do you think?
he has 1 year left, and he's
1 year.
refusing to resign, which
Yeah.
is actually kind of a worry for me because he may be held back yet again in the Russian Junior League.
I can see that too. Yeah.
Because I mean, it's punitive. It's not about his skill level.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a pretty good chance that he does not get much KHL minutes next year, and he gets put back down.
Wow, man.
So that's another
yeah.
that's another factor when it comes to the risk. He's going to be spending potentially 4 years in a row in a league that is just below his level. This is, I think, with NHL equivalency, this is a league closer to the BCHL than any other junior league right now. But that's a whole other discussion. It's just not exciting for his development.
Right.
And I think he's still going to be. I think he's going to overcome that. He's going to overcome that. He's going to come probably play AHL 2 years from now.
Yeah.
But man, I just don't like the fact that he's going to be probably playing mostly MHL for 4 years in a row when he shouldn't be.
It's weird, right? It would have been like Korch staying in like the Dub in Seattle, the Thunderbirds for like two more years, right?
It probably would have been worse than that,
right?
For me,
yeah.
Like I feel like Korchinski still would have had stuff to learn from the WHL. Mishkov,
I think so too. Yeah,
Demidov. I keep on getting Demidov does not really have anything more to learn from the MHL.
Yeah,
he outgrew this league 2 years ago, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the big question, right? Like, does his play translate to a higher level, right? Or is he just playing?
It will eventually. It will eventually, but it's just fucking with his development. It's just not nice.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, man. Russia, crazy, man. Crazy
Russia,
stuff.
Man.
Russia. I'm just taking. I was just gonna take a look at his numbers really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see here.
Does that include
NHL? Yeah.
Does that include playoffs? I don't think that includes playoff numbers because his playoff numbers kind of got ridiculous.
Yeah, it does not have it, but I have seen stuff from that.
Like through some stretches, he was pushing 3 points a game, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
So 2 points a game regular season, and then like 2.5 postseason.
That's nuts. Yeah, I wish I had it on here, but it's probably
I can get it. I can get it real quick. I want to know the actual rate he was scoring in the postseason.
Yeah, so 23 goals, 37 assists, 60 points in 30 games. Yeah, so 2 points per game in the MHL. Yeah, so it's interesting stuff, definitely.
So in the playoffs, he played 17 games, pretty much leading his team to that championship. He got 11 goals and 17 assists for 28 points. 28 divided by 15. Okay, it was some it was some series where he got close to 3 points a game. It wasn't the whole playoffs. The whole playoffs, he was just over 1.6 points per game. But I mean,
still crazy.
He carried that team.
St. Petersburg. Wow, man, crazy.
So if we go back to the mock draft real quick,
let's take a look at it. Yep,
I do think there's probably like a 60% chance they go Artyom Levshunov.
I think so too.
I think we select him here.
Yeah, for our mock, let's go with Artem, right? Let's go with him today. Artem Levshunov, ranked third here, but
yeah, man. See, the thing is, the floor is pretty high on him, but the
Mhm.
ceiling is also quite high. And
Oh, yeah.
him,
Yeah.
he would complement Alex Vlasic so well.
I think so too. Yeah.
They would be a
Um,
great pairing.
they would. I love his passing, right? Just how he works the blue line. Uh,
Yeah, I think
just super clean,
his
man.
biggest strength might be the transition game right now. Transitioning
Mhm.
from the D zone to the offensive zone, he'll join that rush and
Oh, yeah, definitely.
he'll make it quick. I'm excited for him. I'm already excited, but
Mhm.
just, again, I would not mind Demidov one bit. We're really in a can't lose situation with those top three players I was talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
So
So
let's see who went. Yeah, if let's
yeah,
actually go back down to number three. I want to see how
yeah.
this went.
Let's see how the board dropped here. Sam
Sam
Dickinson at
Dickinson,
3.
nice. Okay,
All right,
Z William, nice.
and, and I think that's realistic too.
It's not
Uh,
unrealistic.
yeah. Um,
So Z William, that's interesting. I think
mhm.
I've heard Columbus is very high on Salayev.
I've also heard that. Yes.
I think it's very realistic that Salayev goes at 4.
Yeah. And here he dropped to, let's see, 7.
Yep,
Ottawa Senators. Okay.
a good pick there. So
Yeah,
Berkeley Catton at 6 is interesting.
that is interesting. Yeah. Dang.
I think if this was the order, I think at 6
Mhm.
Utah would go Salayev. I think just knowing them.
Mhm.
I
I think they
think
definitely could.
I
Yeah.
think Ottawa's got a. I think Ottawa might be where Ottawa could be where Yakimchuk ends up going. Yakimchuk or
Chuck.
Perek.
Let's see what.
I think
Yeah.
Ottawa would really like a right-handed defenseman.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this okay. Sharks get Iserman and they get
Iserman and
Celebrini.
Celebrini. Dang.
By the way, two best friends. They talk to each other quite regularly.
Yeah. Yakimchuk did not go yet, right? No. No. Oh, he's
He's
okay.
the next
Okay.
player off the board.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking at 20, man.
Yeah,
Uh, just pre-show here, I was banking on Andrew Basha being here at 20, but dang, man, the Islanders snuck in there and snagged him up. So here we look at the board.
hang on one moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we're just looking at the board right now, and you see the depth of defensemen, right? With Yakimchuk, Yurchek, Kiwi Haru, just crazy stuff with the defensive depth. Ryder Ritchie still here.
So
Yeah.
let's see the guys that I was talking about. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I made a little. Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. Just looking at the board, man. Like the depth of defenseman is definitely it's real. Ryder Ritchie, he's the top forward available. Michael Haig, I also like.
Yeah, these are. So Ryder Ritchie, I think we can get a little later if we really wanted him.
I think so, right? Yeah, 5'10", 157. Dang.
Hang on, I sent you my
Yeah.
list for each pick. So
Oh, I
there's
see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have 5 guys slotted that I'm kind of zeroing in on at number 20.
Right.
First and foremost is someone still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Yodacek.
There he is, 6'2", right-hand defenseman, 168. He's getting
I think he's taller than 6'2" now. Let me check real quick.
yeah. And I know we covered him also, right? Not too long ago on our first draft preview.
Yeah, and we also
Yeah.
talked about him with the World Juniors because I think we both saw him
We did.
hurt his knee.
Yep. Yeah. So he got hurt, but he is still here at 20, man. That's very possible as well.
It would be hard to pass up because he,
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, there's still two partners needed on the blue line. We need a partner for Vlasic, and we need a partner for Korchinski, right?
Right. Down the line, yeah.
Eventually. And
yeah.
I mean, that's really what we're doing here, right? We're trying to project 5, 6, 7, 8 years into the future.
Yep. Exactly.
This is a guy who will be going top 25 because the chances of him going top 15 in a redraft are actually quite high.
Right.
He's got some risk right now. He looks like a D-. He looks like he's in his D-1 year. He doesn't look like he's in his draft year. He looks very raw, very unrefined, still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't at the pro level. But he's got the tools, and he has some of his brother in him. He can be violent. But the issue with his brother is the skating. Adam Jiricek does not have that issue. His skating is great for his size. And I mean, I don't know how the Hawks can't. This is exactly the type of player that they've shown they are trying to go for with this new regime.
Yeah.
They want the big, mobile defenseman.
Exactly. And I think that's something where on draft day, right, if it plays out like that and they go to D-men, right, I think it would have the fan base kind of like, dang, like that happened again, right? But
I think there's a lot of value in solidifying your D-core now. Defensemen take longer than any other. Well, no, maybe goalie, but defensemen take longer than forwards to develop. But that's just a fact. And solidifying the D-core now, while you're still in this infancy stage of your buildup, there's a lot of value in that.
Yeah,
I think there's a good chance that of these first 3 picks, 2 of them will be defensemen.
I think so too. Yeah.
This is the draft of defensemen. I did a little digging, and I couldn't find any other draft in the past where more than 50% of the top 10 picks could be defensemen, and more than 50% of the entire first round could be defensemen. There's a lot of D that could be going here.
Oh yeah,
we're going to see a run on it, and there's going to be some forwards that drop further than they probably should.
And I think that is something that will happen, right? They go 2 D-men and one forward, right? With the first 3 picks, however that shakes out, right?
Yeah.
But I think they will stack up on the right side, right? As we've laid out here with some right-handers. Let's take a look at the mock again. So, what do you think there?
So, personally, I would probably not be able to pass up Adam Jiricek if he's still there at 20. I don't think he will be there at 20. I think he's going in the teens, maybe just a few picks before us.
Really?
In fact, before this started, I said I think St. Louis is a pretty likely candidate to take him. But honestly, so is San Jose.
Yeah. What do you think about Yakimchuk?
Yakimchuk, man, I was very interested in him early in the season. He's just not quite my style. He doesn't focus on the things I want my D-men to focus on, really.
Right.
He's very every time I watch him, it's just kind of a little bit of a one-man show.
I think so too, yeah.
I would not hate the pick at all. Yakimchuk at 20 can be very good value. But but it just doesn't seem like the direction that this team is currently trying to go. His mobility, I talked about big mobile defenseman. He's big, but his mobility is straight line forward, like right in front of you. It's not what scouts would call 4-way mobility. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a mobile defenseman in the sense that Chicago seems to be drafting for with Korchinski and Renzel.
Right. And the goal scoring could be something that might be his biggest asset, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Just I mean, just side note, like I love the jerseys. The Calgary Hitmen.
Oh yeah,
Saw a guy wearing it the other day. I'm like, that's random, in Chicago, seeing
yeah.
that type of jersey. But yeah, it'll be interesting how that shakes out for him, right? It seems like he could be mid-teens or in the 20s somehow.
He, I can't see him dropping past
Hmm.
15. I guess
Right.
16.
Hmm.
I think there's a good chance he goes earlier than he maybe should in the
Yeah.
top 10.
Hmm.
So back to this mock. I have
Yeah.
3 players that I in my head are like good options at 20
Hmm. Right.
that have a realistic chance of being there. Michael Hage,
Hmm.
Andrew Basha, and Igor Chernyshov. Now
Yep.
Basha's damn, both of those guys went right before us. Okay, so
Yeah, that's crazy.
so Chernyshov has that size. He has the size that Basha and Hage are kind of missing. Although Hage actually grew some.
Yeah.
But point being, Chernyshov has kind of that a bit of that power forward game, and he was able to bring it to the KHL this year, and that's
Right.
hard to pass up. A guy playing pro hockey already in the KHL,
Yep.
getting decent minutes.
Hmm.
Uh, Hage is very very interesting. I
He
want to
is.
see. I want to. I wish I could see how he plays in the NCAA first.
Right. He is committed to Michigan, I believe,
It
right?
is, yeah, Michigan. I was pretty
Yeah,
excited. I was kind of excited for Nazar and Hage together, but I'm
that is
perfectly
cool.
fine. I'm perfectly
Yeah.
fine with Nazar moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how Nazar shakes out the offseason, right?
Hmm.
Probably starts in Rockford, I would say, right?
I think he's got it. I personally think he's got a pretty good chance of making the team, which
Really,
is
really.
exciting stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, hope so, right? Definitely hope so, because that would be
make the
cool.
games more fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Um, Looking at 20 though, so basically we're down to two guys. Juracek and Hage. Hage,
Yep.
Hage,
Now
Hage.
there is one guy that
Hmm.
I'd consider at 20 if Yurchek was off the board,
Yeah,
and that is EJ Emery.
right. Let's check them out here. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I think
Hmm.
20 might be potentially a little high for him,
Hmm.
where his value might be in the draft. I think he's kind of more mid-20s.
Hmm.
But if he's your guy, you can justify 20 for him. He's pretty much the
Hmm.
perfect. He in my mind, he's pretty much the perfect Kevin Korchinski pairing.
I think so. Right. 6'3". He's already 185. That's
Yeah,
awesome, right?
yeah. His
Um,
athletic ability is fantastic. I really like
mhm.
the projection for him as
Yeah.
more of a defensive leaning
Hmm.
guy who he would allow Korchinski to just play his game without fear. He would allow
Right.
him to activate without fear of getting back of the consequences of activating.
Hmm. And I could be mixed up here. It could be Emery or someone else I'm thinking of, but is he super aggressive, like on the boards? Like throwing his weight around, or am I thinking of someone else?
He can be. I think he I think this year he's kind of tried to focus more on like the strategy of how to maneuver the puck
Right.
defensively and like all that. He's not as physical as he will be one day.
Hmm.
He will be one of the more physical D-men we can get. But
Yeah.
his skating is fantastic. It's so fluid and effective.
Hmm.
And for the size, I mean, it's hard to pass this up.
Yeah.
He has been trying to model his game after Miller in New York.
Oh, Keandre Miller.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Keandre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
That that would be
I definitely
awesome.
am starting.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see it, man.
Yeah. Um, And he is right-handed or left? Let's
Yes,
see.
shoots right.
Right-handed, yeah.
Now this is a player that early in the. I mean, I've been high on him all year, but this is a player that I was hoping would be there at 34. I no longer think he will be. So
Okay, yeah,
if
yeah.
he's your guy, it's justifiable to take him at 20 if Juracek is off the board.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. I think for the mock today,
yeah,
let's go crazy, and I think another D-man is our number 20.
that is how I would go with this right now.
Yeah, that's 20th overall. Adam Yurchek, yeah, 6'2", 168 as of right now, right? Getting in that pro system, and training regimen, that's gonna change big time. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep. Give
awesome.
him a few more years in Czechia and
Right.
just see what he's like in the AHL. That'd be a
Mhm.
very exciting pick for me. And I don't think that's a mistake at all. Even there's a lot of people
Mhm.
lower on him because of the injury. I don't think it's a mistake at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Emery off the board at 28.
Yes.
Chetlachenko gone.
Let's see here. And we are where? We are the 34th pick for the second round. So
Ooh.
that's
Okay.
that's beginning of the second round here. The second pick, right? That's awesome. And we saw how that played out, right? Uh, Last year, just craziness. Yeah.
So was Dean Letourneau taken off in round one?
Dean, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Let's see. So Charlie Ellick, by the way, might be who you're thinking of when you were thinking of a really violent big
I
D man.
It might be. It might be. Yep.
He has that violence right now. I
Yeah,
think
Vikings. Yeah. Yep.
let me make a prediction. I think Charlie Ellick is who Toronto takes.
I heard someone else say that too.
That's my current bet
Yeah.
right now.
I forgot where I heard it from, but
Might have
I
been me.
did. I did. Yeah. It might have been. Take a look here. EJ Emery dropped to, let's see, 28 to
Yep.
Carolina. That's cool for them.
Now
That's
Michael
cool.
Hayes probably goes
Mhm.
higher than 27.
I think so. Yep.
I think Henry Muse drops. I think both Kivi Haru and Muse drop
Mm-hmm.
further than this. Yakimchuk,
Yakimchuk,
Richie.
22.
Dude, I think Dean Letourneau is there.
I think so. So round two.
You can search the player.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Oh, 47.
47. There he is. There he is. Yeah. Centerman, USHL, Sioux Falls Stampede. 6'6", 209. Right-handed shot.
I'll tell you right now, I think he's going before 34, but for the purposes of this mock draft,
Yeah,
I'd be
he's.
very interested in taking him there. So
Mhm.
at 34, I have Emery, Letourneau, and then I'm kind of considering if you scroll up Cole
Mhm.
Baudouin
Let's see. Yes, he is
at
here.
32. Barry
Yes.
Colts.
Yeah.
His athletic ability is
Hmm.
ridiculous.
Super slippery, right?
Mhm.
Um, Love it, man.
And
6'2".
the work ethic
Yeah.
is all
Right.
is all anyone talks about.
Hmm.
I think that would be a pretty
Hmm.
that'd be a pretty good pick
At
at 32.
34.
34, yeah.
Yeah.
He I wouldn't be at all surprised if he ends up being like the best 3C in the entire league one day.
I would not be surprised either. Great build for. Let me pull up his numbers really quick.
For sure.
Just taking a look at his measurements and stuff like that. Let's.
Yeah. So he's not like super skilled, but like
Right.
just the effort that he puts in and the effectiveness he's shown
Hmm.
he's brought out in his game that kind of not everyone saw at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. 6'2", 201 as of right now, but that's not official. 198, 201. We'll see. Yeah. So that's almost like pretty much pro style build already, right? As a
Yeah,
centerman,
I
that's
have
crazy.
for what it's worth, I have him at
Mhm.
209.
Dang.
Yeah.
So a big boy, and a young 18-year-old also.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so just turned 18 uh, in April. That's crazy. The Barry Colts. Looking at his numbers really quick: 67 games played, 28 goals, 34 assists, 62 points. Um, very interesting, man. Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be it. That would not be the wrong pick at 34. With that
Hmm.
said, with that
Right.
said, we got
Hmm.
Dean Letourneau still on the board.
Yeah. Let's take a look at him. Let me pull up
So
his. Yeah.
so just like Sam Renzel, he's
Hmm.
playing high school hockey, which is not necessarily very high level when
Hmm.
we're talking about a first round pick.
Not ideal. Right.
Yeah, he's behind the curve there, right? But
Hmm.
6'7", not six
That's
six.
so. Let's say like Alex Vlasic playing center. Kind of.
Yep.
Kind of.
He tries very hard. He knows
Hmm.
he seems to have a good idea of what he has to improve on to make his game work at the NHL level. So
Hmm.
it's more projectable than your standard high school hockey player
Hmm.
draftee. And he's kind of got underrated mitts, man. He's silky.
Hmm. Yeah.
This would be a high upside pick at 34. Now it could easily go wrong,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but I mean we have Chicago's projected top six right now has like no guys over 6 foot.
Yeah. Um.
If you could get them to be just some
Mhm.
complimentary player in that top six,
Yeah.
get them to that point. That's just so intriguing at 34.
Right. Like, can he be like a Adam Lowry, like from Winnipeg, but just
Yeah,
more skill?
yeah.
Um,
I'm curious if
possibly.
they have a shades of.
Yeah.
There's the issues that there's not really there's not really a lot of guys that really fit this bill. This
Yeah.
is
It's.
kind of unicorn potential, you know?
Mhm. And am I looking at this correctly here? Um, what is this? U18 AAA, 56
Exactly.
games, 61 goals, 66
Exactly.
assists,
Again,
127 total points.
high school hockey, but
High.
he's doing what is reserved for the 5'11"
Mhm.
guys, the super skilled, just tearing up a league 5'11" guys, and he's doing it 6'7".
Right.
So I think he goes in the 20s. I think someone's gonna
Hmm.
justify that the risk there, just like how Sam Renzel went at 25.
Right. Right.
Now,
It,
reminder:
it's.
Sam Renzel, we took on Mrazek. We took on a bad contract at the time
Mhm.
to move up. We could definitely do that again.
We did, and I'm not sure, looking back at it, if this 34 overall pick, if it's originally ours or if.
34 is ours, yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So, hey, we make a little bet, on the 34th pick,
I
with
mean,
a project player.
we're way below the cap floor right now. We need
Right.
we need to spend money. Give us a bad contract, we'll move up a little bit.
Hmm. Right. Uh, it's gonna be very interesting, man. It's
Dude, over 2 points a game for a 6'7" player. That's
yeah.
wild. Okay. Um,
It's it's crazy, but
is there anyone else that you might be thinking of here? Oh,
um,
Adam Yeko, pull down his stats.
Adam Yeko, let's check him out. 6'5",
Exactly.
201.
Another guy.
Oh,
Def,
unreal, man. Unreal, dude.
definitely a lower ceiling than Letourneau, but
Right, right.
you can't ignore that.
And that's Czechia, right?
So that's his nationality. He actually came to the WHL. So there,
Okay, okay,
he,
yeah. The Oil
which
Kings, yeah.
in a lot of ways is actually kind of unfortunate because he's stuck there until he's 20.
Hmm. Right.
because he's not making the NHL before he's 20. But
yeah,
I'm thinking because Cole Hudson's not going at 30. I can tell you that much. He's dropping. Trying to think of another. John Mustard's really interesting.
John Mustard,
like he's got fantastic skating, and he's got. It's just not quite. He's not playing in all that projectable of a way yet. He's got all the tools to do so, and he's got. It feels like he has the brain to play projectably, but he's just trying to rely on his speed a little too much. So maybe he's going to college next year. Maybe his coach helps him get it together there. So earlier in the season, I would have said, yeah, let's take a chance on John Mustard at 34. Now I'm kind of hesitant because I just think there's going to be some better options there.
Yeah.
Now, if let's say Adam Jiricek is gone before 20, and they don't go EJ Emery at 20, and EJ Emery and Charlie Elick, those guys are gone before 34. Dominic Badinka would be a great alternative to those guys.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
39 there.
Right.
These are all guys in similar molds, big, mobile, right shot. And I mean, I really like Dominic Badinka too. Yeah. So that would be a great option at 34 too. If those things don't align, where we don't get Adam Jiricek and we don't go Emery or Elick.
Yeah. And I know we talked about him last time too.
Did we? Okay. I've been high on him all year.
Yeah. And I think we were a little higher than where he dropped
a lot of the public. Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Definitely.
But just looking at 34 really quick, I think we're down to Cole and the Giant.
I'm gonna vote for Dean Letourneau and take a swing.
I think so too, man.
Again, we don't have much size in that projected top 6 size.
Shoots right. 209. We'll see where his numbers are at, but it's crazy, man.
So let's draft him here. Knowing that he's probably gone before 34.
I think so too. Yeah. Just too much of a, he's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's draft him and see what's up with our next second round pick really quick. We don't have to go into depth on these players, but I do want to.
Yeah. Let's see how this shakes out here. I think we're at 54. Let's see here. 50, 51, 2, 3.
Lucas
54.
Patterson, Salin Wallenius. Okay, we're up. Could you scroll up on the?
Yes. Badinka is still out there. That's crazy.
Dude, if he was still there, we'd go with him. But for the moment, let's pretend that he's off the board.
He's not there. Yeah.
Kamil Bednarik would be interesting. I really like Teddy Stiga, but again, size.
5'11", Boston University, BU, BC. Teddy Stiga, 5'10" as well.
Simone Zether would be interesting.
Simone Zether, I have heard of him as well. 6'3", and from what is that, Sweden?
And I think he's already been playing in the SHL. He hasn't been playing much juniors, so I mean that's. You can't ignore that.
That's always a plus. Yeah. Right-handed shot, 185. Nice build already. As a young player, yeah. Awesome. Simone was out there. I'm not too well-versed mid-rounds right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, I'm just looking at my list trying to think of a good shout. Sam O'Reilly would be interesting. So the London Knights have been absolutely ridiculous this playoffs, and O'Reilly has been helping quite a bit. So at this point in the draft, guys like that are. I mean, I would not be mad at all about that. Adam Kleber, Take a look at Adam Kleber there.
Yeah.
At 68.
Yep, there he is. Minnesota
Yet
Duluth.
another
6'4".
gigantic right shot defenseman with skating. That's why I'm so interested in this draft for us. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we kind of partially planned it this way. We took Korchinski and Renzel our first year of our rebuild, right? And then we took a single defenseman last year in a late round because we knew that this was the year of defensemen. I think this is the year we round out Chicago's D-core and we move on thinking mostly forward.
Right. I think so too. It's definitely a deep, draft. And looking at the right-handed defenseman, man, I mean, I'm clicking on every single player here. Okay, so our first lefty that I've seen, Will
Scan.
6'4". I mean, crazy, man.
This draft is going to be really funny. It's going to be funny to look back on. It's because the thing is, there's so many dart throws in the top 3 rounds in this draft for defensemen that the best defenseman. I'm saying this as a Hawks fan, knowing we're about to take the first defenseman off the board. The best defenseman in this draft likely will be coming from later in the draft, just because of how defensemen develop.
Yeah.
Now, I will say Lev Shinov has in my mind, he has the highest chance of reaching number 1 potential.
Okay.
But just the odds are he won't be the best because there's so many dart throws in this draft.
There are. Zeev Buium really scares me.
We didn't talk about he's kind of off our radar because of just how it's worked out.
He is. Right.
But yeah, I like him a lot.
I do too, man. He's was it the World Juniors we were watching? And yeah, dude, like, dang, man, Zeev Buium, crazy. Well, is this our pick?
We got we got a comment. We got Lucy B. Is Tanner Howe a crazy thought at 34? Tanner Howe, the connection to Connor Bedard.
Tanner Howe, crazy thought at 34. I believe he was still available.
He was selected already. I have all year. I've been a little bit lower on Tanner Howe than some other people. Has he not been selected?
Second round. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he would have gone second round.
So he went after. Yeah,
47.
Yeah, 47 to the Red Wings, of course.
I think there are higher upside guys we can take swings on at 34.
I think so too. Yeah,
I wouldn't hate it. I trust our draft team quite a bit.
Yeah,
and I mean, obviously, there's the Bedard connection. They had quite a bit of chemistry in
right
Regina, but man, we're still kind of in the upside era.
I think so too. Yeah. And
we already have our 2 right-handed D. I think we skipped Dominic Bedinka because I don't think it's likely he's going to be there at 54. Let's take a swing on Zephyr.
Yeah. Let's take a look at it here. Zephyr. Simone Zephyr. Like I said earlier, 6'3", 185, Swedish, I think. Yeah. And a right-handed shot. So actually, it does seem like we have a lot of right-handed forwards in the pool, or do we not?
I mean, we have a bit of everything, man. We just don't have size in the top 6.
That's what we don't have. Exactly.
So here's the thing. These next 4 drafts, we have 35 picks or something like that. We're gonna have gonna have a bit of everything. So, okay, Teddy Stiga is really interesting, but man, I feel like we just kind of need to be drafting for size a little bit.
I think so too, and that mid-round too. I think you can draft for need, right? It's something that we need, definitely need some size. Let's take a look at our pick.
So
Yeah.
now this is our final pick of the second round.
Oh yeah.
There's one player that I would like to shout out.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that we had 62 here. So we have 3 second round picks.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
It's gonna be awesome, man.
KD.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Unreal.
So hang on, let me find.
Yeah.
This is actually Roman Kantarov's goalie. His team's goalie from the KHL. This is an overager.
Mm-hmm. Is it the guy that I'm looking at right here? Linders?
No, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You're right.
So you're gonna have to search this player because he's not ranked in this ranking, but I think he goes pretty high because you're gonna want to search this kid's numbers. It's gonna be ILYA.
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 Yeah. Nabokov.
Okay. A familiar name.
So
6
let's see his numbers.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I'm on Elite Prospects. You might be able to find him elsewhere, but
KHL.
Yeah, his regular season, he had a .930 save percentage in 43 games, 2.15 goals against average. But let's go to the playoffs. 9.42 save percentage.
I mean,
1.82 goals against average in 23 starts.
Did you mention his age?
He is 21, so he is an overager.
21. Okay,
but he has figured out the KHL.
Hey,
and he is a massive reason why Kantarov was able to win the Gagarin Cup this year. I think this could be. I could be way off.
Yeah,
NHL teams may not be seeing him as like a top 3 round guy, but end of the second round, I think this is a pretty good swing.
That's just looking at the talent level, right, in which he's playing. KHL. He's 21. Figured it out.
KHL playoffs. He won the cup for the team at 21.
Dude.
942 save percentage. Yep.
Yeah.
Now I don't really scout goalies at all. I don't really necessarily know how to determine if a player projects wonderfully to the NHL, but
right.
I'm pretty damn interested in this guy.
Yeah. You have me juiced up for this guy now, man. I'm definitely gonna.
That's my vote for the end of the second round. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out whatever they have up, for him.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
I think this is his last chance to be drafted, and I think he does get drafted this year.
Yeah. And it's very possible that he goes, right, like top 100, picks.
I think
or maybe
I would expect him to.
Yeah.
That's the tough thing with overagers. I think there's going to be a team that's closer to like competing that is going to be like, wow, we could really get some value here. We could bring him over kind of quickly too.
Yeah. Well, let's close it out, man, with
drafting Ilya Nabokov.
Locking down the net. Yeah. So Comesso in Rockford, Sauber, cool, man. Guyan.
I mean, dude, the fan base is dismissing Soderblom, and I get it, but like goalies are weird. He could completely turn it around this year. Let's take a look at this. First 2 rounds, man.
Yeah.
Number 2 overall, Artem Levshunov. Number 20th overall, Adam Yurchek. That's our entire right side done. Levshunov, Yurchek, and Rinzel. That's got a contender potential right there.
Yep.
Number 34, Dean Letourneau. Now, reminder, he's probably off the board. Number 54, Simon Zether. He'd be a good pick there. He very well is probably still there, and I think Nabokov is probably still there at 62 too. That's a good draft, man.
That's awesome.
That's draft.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, it's.
Oh, we had this the entire time.
I just realized it. Yeah, so apologies if people had
it's all good.
trouble seeing it, but yeah, That's
And we came in just at an hour, man.
right. That has me pumped up just to check out more players. Right. Check out attendee in net. 21 years old. I'm in, man.
Yeah,
I'm in. KHL dominated. Sounds like it on
absolutely dominated.
on paper, in game. KHL. 21 years old. Let's do it, man. Nabokov, Sharks legend. Crazy. I'm in, man, and I know, Demidov is
Yeah,
he's an awesome player, and I think we said earlier we're completely fine if they go, you know, either way.
yeah.
We'll see how it shakes out, man. Yeah,
Demidov. If you go Demidov, I just think you go one more D. We already discussed there's like 5 different
yeah,
D options that are still going to somehow be there.
yeah.
So I think you try and target one of Juracek, Emery, Ellick, Brunick, Badinka, Kleber, Danford, Roberts. Dude, all these guys, right shot, big, mobile.
Yeah.
I just named 8 guys. And that's without Levshunov, the best one, who's in our laps.
Yep. It's crazy. Let her know. Gonna dive into more of his stuff.
It's you can't watch high school tape and expect to get a ton out of it, but but he seems to understand what is translatable, and that's really intriguing for a guy who usually wouldn't be translatable.
Yeah. And at that size, it's crazy, but we'll see how it shakes out. Maybe we do one more, right? Maybe mid-June before the draft, see how the board's looking,
I got one more really intriguing pick that in the same vein as Nabokov, another overager that I think Chicago has on their radar in Blake Montgomery. And if we do another one of these drafts, I'm going to try and get him in a later round.
Blake Montgomery. I'm going to pencil that down, man. Definitely.
Yeah, he's the bargain bin Caden Lindstrom.
Okay. So 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah, skating, but he's going to college he's going to Wisconsin in 2025. He's like way behind everything, but like there's some serious upside there.
Yeah. So actually, one more year. Yeah.
Actually, dude, let me send you something real quick.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to, you can add it. You can show this picture that I'm about to send you.
Yeah. Yeah. Levshunov, Juracek, let her know is out there in the back of awesome stuff. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Really quick here. Let me pull it up. Blake Montgomery stats.
This is USHL, same league as Hage, same league, technically the same league that the NTDP plays in. But he's tearing up this league on the Lincoln Stars.
Right. Let me pull that up real quick. Blake Montgomery. And here he is, I think. Are you able to see that, or am I not?
Not yet. There we are.
Okay, there we go.
Look at that. It's the transition game.
Yep.
It's the speed. It's the handling. It's the power forward. Just the dynamism.
Yep.
Dynamism.
Create space.
Yeah, it's the rush offense. That's the that's what's so intriguing.
And where would you see him projected?
Oh, that's like where would he go in the draft?
Yeah,
dude, that is so tough to say. I could see a team taking him as high as the 3rd round, but I would say that's unlikely. I don't see a way he goes undrafted again.
Yeah. And how old was he? Did it say it on here?
He's in his D+1, so he's either 18. He's either 18 or 19 right now.
All right. Yeah. So still, completely fine.
But he's been recruited by Wisconsin. They see it.
Yeah.
they're gonna play them, and this
Yeah.
is the time to get them.
hmm And Wisconsin, another great program. Yeah, that's awesome. Blake
Yeah.
Montgomery, man. Yeah, pencil that down. Definitely another interesting player, man.
Dude, if I call some of these players that
Right? It's unbelievable, man.
someone give me a job for this.
Yeah.
Start paying me for this.
Hey,
No,
and
we'll see. See,
yeah,
the
it's mhm,
thing is, we saw it last year. The Hawks have some pretty deep roots in Europe, so there are
right.
guys that aren't on any of our radars here in North America,
hmm
who they are probably higher on than some of the NA guys that we're getting
hmm
excited about.
Yeah, it's crazy how this board is going to shake out. The depth of the defensemen and like sort of the project forwards, right? There's a bit of a handful of them, but just see how it shakes out. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. Yeah,
Well, let's talk again before
yeah,
draft night for sure.
yeah, definitely. So round one is June 28th. Yeah, so we will be back for more, draft stuff very
Perfect.
very often. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, man. Yeah. So we'll close it up there.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up and let's go Hawks. Awesome.